Are you ready for some football?
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another live edition of Flight Club Football. I am your host, TBK, alongside host Chris. Chris, we are on to week 3, week 2 in the books. Man, but I'll tell you what, it does not come without a bunch of literal bumps and bruises, aches and pains, turf toes, and everything else you can think of. Man, what is going on around the league? There are 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 quarterbacks who are going to be out come week 3.
That's crazy.
What the hell?
And that doesn't even, we're not even getting into the rest of the league with the rest of the players. We're just talking about quarterbacks where there's 5 starters that at least 4 are definitely out. And 1 is, we don't know yet, but that's pretty crazy, man, when you think about it. We talked a little bit about on our 4 downs segment, especially with Joe Burrow, man. I mean, the Bengals went from, possible Super Bowl contender playoff team to, I don't know yet. Now they got Browning, who's not a bad quarterback, but he is not Joe Burrow.
He's not Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Joe Burrow is a magician. That he's easily one of the best guys out there. So yeah, to see that guy go down, I mean, that was pretty rough. And here's just an idea of the 5, right? JJ McCarthy's out for a couple of weeks at least. Jaden Daniels is possibly out. I think he's questionable this week. Justin Fields concussion. We still don't know anything if he's going to be playing. Not that's going to be that big of a deal because they're playing Tampa. But Joe Burrow, like we said, at least 3 months. So that puts him into December. And that's best case scenario, right? That's if everything goes great. And so who knows if he's even going to come back. And then Brock Purdy, as we talked about last week, is going to be out a couple of weeks. But man, this is a huge blow to these teams.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when I look at this list here, guys like Brock, guys like Joe, for sure. I mean, these are guys who, their teams, their season depends on them. As we've said before, every franchise QB is pretty much the end all be all to their team. But there's some guys who are really their end all be all, like Joe Burrow, as we've said before. And yes, we said it on our 4 down segment. This guy, I mean, year after year after year, it seems like the Bengals just can't catch a break. They cannot. Once they do get started, it's too late because Joe Burrow's coming back from an injury. I mean, yeah, okay, it's great to have all these comeback players of the year, but dude, like, eventually it gets to be a little much. Like we said, yeah, he signed that crazy extension. He's locked in with the Bengals for another number of years here. But after a while, if you're in the front office and if you're Joe yourself, you got to sit there and go, do I want to keep doing this?
Oh, yeah. Listen, we already seen not too long ago, right? Andrew Luck retire early in his career because he was just getting hurt too much. But on the flip side, why is he getting hurt so much? Right. And we put, we talked about that the last time too on our 4 down, where his offensive line, every year he has played, they have been on the bottom or close to the bottom in the rankings, right? So, right. I mean, what is Cincinnati doing here? And to make it even worse, did you see that other thing that they mentioned? They don't even have like a little cart that drives these guys when they get hurt into the locker room. Like this, like Joe Burrow, your 200, what would we say his contract, $240 million or whatever it was, right?
Yeah. It's close to $250 million.
Franchise guy, you can't even put him on a cart to drive him back. He has to walk on that toe, and he might have made it worse for all we know, right? So, I mean, come on, Cincinnati.
I mean, You asked the question. You asked the question, Chris. You said, "What is Cincinnati doing?" It's more like, "What are they not doing?" They are not. They're not covering their investment. They're not taking care of their players. I mean, shit. It's almost starting to sound as bad as Dan Snyder and the freaking Commanders at one point in time, where their stadium was falling apart. They had horrible workout and strength and conditioning. If you're gonna pay a guy all this money, you gotta protect your investment. That's just business 101. What? Yeah. What the hell? What are you doing?
Yeah, it makes no sense. And listen, they did they tried to do the right thing, right? They re-signed Jamar Chase. That's great. You want to keep him too. But then they re-signed T. Higgins. Maybe, you know what? Instead of re-signing T. Higgins, maybe use that money to get yourself a protector, at least one protector, one really good protector for Joe Burrow on that offensive line. Like you are given by the football gods this guy, like this special guy. I mean, he's a special quarterback. He's not just a really good quarterback. He is easily top 2, 3 at worst quarterbacks in the entire league. This guy is special, and this guy's a winner. You could tell the way he plays back when he was at LSU too. I mean, this guy's a winner.
Yeah.
What do you like? Do whatever you can. Like, skip the other wide receiver. Like, just build your offensive line. And you know what? Even if you got to sign one less defensive player, or whatever, just build that offensive line. Get him safe, and then worry about everything else. But protect, like you said, this guy is the franchise. You just protect him if you can. And they just have not been able to do that in 5 years now, 6 years. Well, and it's ridiculous.
That's crazy though. Like it's that right there is the definition of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. The Bengals will not go anywhere anytime soon unless Joe Burrow can make it through an entire season, period.
Totally agree. I mean, that's common sense, right? I mean, that's crazy. Who would you rather have, Joe Burrow or what's his name, Jake Browning?
Jake Browning.
I mean, come on. You got one. You got this great quarterback. I mean, if he's healthy, this guy could go down as one of the greatest quarterbacks we've seen. That's how good this guy is. So it's mind-boggling that we're at his 6th season, and now we're talking about his 3rd major injury, his 3rd season. He's probably going to miss. And you know what? He's going to be one of those. He's going to set himself up, unfortunately, to win the Comeback Player of the Year award for the 3rd time. He's won it twice already. Like, why are we putting this guy through this?
I mean, he's racking up Purple Hearts here pretty much. Like, I mean, stick a freaking, put this guy in bubble wrap, do something, because eventually, like I said, you got to think he gets tired of this and goes, look, I tried to be your guy. I tried to be loyal. I tried to, even though our season ends in disaster, I'm getting up there. I'm talking my stuff. I'm trying to make us seem better than we are. And you guys are making it hard, man. I got to go.
Would you be shocked if he X's for a trade or pulls a Andrew Luck? I know there's a lot of money on the table that he's probably going to have to give back or whatever. I don't know what the financials is, but I mean, come on. I mean, this is pretty bad. It's sad too, because we might see another Andrew Luck. I hope not. I hope we're just joking around here and he comes back next year or even at the end of this season and he comes back great, but he's still a young guy. He's only 28. He'll be 29 in December. So he's not even 30 yet. And he's had 3 major injuries. Yeah,
not good. Not good. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to stay on Joe forever, but like I said, you guys got to do something or you're going to lose your guy. And if you lose your guy, like then honestly, you have no business talking crazy for quite some time.
No, right.
So,
you should lose your franchise actually if you do something like this, because the fans are going to revolt too. Imagine, right? Imagine doing this to your franchise guy. Like, all right, take it from my side. I'm a Jet fan. We have been going decades now looking for a quarterback.
Yes.
Decades. And we still don't have one. And this guy, the guy falls right into their lap, right? They had the number 1 pick, whatever. So they pick him. And the guy is like a gift from the football gods. Right. And that's all Jet fans want is one guy in the last 40, 50 years. And we can't get one. And now you got one and you're screwing it up. This is like the spoiled kid that gets a nice car and he goes out and he crashes it.
I think
again.
Like I never thought about it that way, but this is definitely the biggest slap in the face to I would say Jets and Browns fans who just can't land that QB to save their lives. Meanwhile, in Ohio, a couple hours in the other direction, they got a guy who could absolutely take them above and beyond, and they're just, Oh boy, what are you gonna do, man? But anyway, Joe, I mean, good luck the rest of the way. I hope he comes back. I mean, okay, let me be 100. I hope he doesn't come back. I hope he's okay, but I hope he doesn't come back because right now the Bengals are leading the division. And look, we're the AFC North is always competitive. Y'all need to give us our spot back, but I basically
take your time coming back.
Yeah, right. Usually it's take your time, but hurry up. But this time it's hurry up and take your time.
Right.
so
that's a good one.
I'm just gonna be real here. But anyway, let's move on here.
You're just looking out for his own good. You want him to be fine. So stay out the rest of the year, just to be
after my own heart.
Right.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on here. There's like we said, week 2 is in the books. There's a couple 2-0 teams. Now, out of these 2-0 teams, is there anybody who surprises you? Is there anybody who's 2-0 right now that you're like, they're 2-0?
Well, the first one that comes to my mind, without a doubt, and I'm sure first one that comes to your mind has got to be the Colts, right? I mean, let's be honest. I did not see the Colts being 2-0, and I don't think anybody's seen them be 2-0. So that's probably the first, right off the bat, first team. The Bengals, I mean, they've been known to start off slow. So
you got that list there, Chris?
Right.
Just so that everybody can see. Our bad, guys, but go ahead.
Yeah. That's all right. Good. I know definitely for me, it's definitely the Colts, number 1. And like I said, the Bengals, especially now that they lost Burrow, that's going to change them. But other than that, I mean, maybe the Cardinals, right?
I would say, okay, so here's the teams that I'm surprised by. I'm surprised with all the injuries. This team probably has the most injuries going around the league right now is San Francisco. I'm very surprised about the Colts, just like anybody else, because again, we did a whole segment about this. Make sure you guys go check it out. It's 4 downs in the Indianapolis Colts. I'm surprised about the Cardinals. But I don't know, like Tampa Bay is also kind of surprising to me too. Like, again, I've always kind of held Baker in high-ish regard because, I mean, that's a guy who has been on some of the most garbage teams in the league, but still manages to get a job, right? He's still I mean, after all the teams he's been on in his career, who's to say that he shouldn't have hung it up after a while, but he refuses to quit. I mean, and then of course you're coming in Tampa Bay after what many people regard as the football GOAT, Tom Brady, right. And taking over that mantelpiece. So, I mean, yeah, good for Baker, but I'd say the most surprising for me, the 2 most surprising would definitely be the 49ers and the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. San Fran is another one with all their injuries, but they haven't really played anybody that good, right? The first 2 weeks.
True.
Like last week, they played the Saints, and the week before, who'd they beat week 1?
They beat.
Double check.
Let's see. San Francisco beat Seattle.
All right, so that's actually a pretty good team. So yeah, I'm a little surprised. Yeah, I mean Seattle's Seattle could go either way, but yeah, okay, I'm with you on San Fran. Other than that, yeah, maybe Arizona as a surprise, but that's about it. I mean, otherwise, Philly, Green Bay, even though Green Bay had to beat Detroit, right?
Right.
Buffalo 2-0, they had to beat you guys week 1, then they beat the Jets, so not that big. The Eagles, they beat Dallas the first week. Then they go on the road to beat Kansas City last week. So, yeah, I think it starts at Indy and San Fran. And I think that's about it out of surprises, really, that are 2-0.
Right.
And it's only 2-0, right? So it's
sure.
Right?
Sure.
But it's definitely a surprise, though. You're right.
It's like I said, I wouldn't. There's not too many teams on that list that I'm surprised by, but again, I had to say San Fran because of all the injuries. I mean, and for them, it feels like it's one after another, after another, after another. Like, again, you start off the season with, I think, 2 or 3 of your wide receivers injured, then George Kittle, then Brock Purdy. I mean, all these guys are out right now, and you're still picking up wins. So, I mean, hey, that's a testament to a team that's like, again, who has that next man up mentality. Right. They're not just going to lay down and die just because these key players are out. So, good for you, San Fran.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight up.
Yeah, I mean that goes to coaching. That goes right back to coaching, right?
Yes.
And we know Shanahan's a great coach. Yeah, they had a tough time last season, but you know what? He's definitely bounced back, and with all the injuries, they're 2-0. They got Robert Saleh, the former Jets coach, back as their DC, and he had so much success there as the defensive coordinator. So, yeah, right. I mean, and other than the Rams, that West is kind of wide open.
Yeah,
the Rams are definitely probably the best. They're easily the best team in that division. But other than that, you can't really I can't give you Seattle. Seattle's going to be, they're probably going to be good and bad because they got Sam Darnold as their quarterback. So you never know what you're going to get out of that guy every week, right?
Right.
And then Arizona's that tough team, but they've been known to lose some easy games as well. So,
sure.
But yeah.
Yeah, and I saw that comment, by the way. Hard to believe that the Chiefs are 0-2. Yeah, we're definitely going to touch on the Chiefs here in a little bit as we get into our Week 3 predictions. Which, if you don't have anything else, Chris, I'm ready to make picks when you are.
Okay, I think we're good.
All righty, then we will start at the very top here. Coming up in 2 days time here, we got the Buffalo Bills versus the Miami. Oh my goodnesses.
The Miami don't pick me Dolphins. That's what that's
don't their name. Ever pick me if you want to win.
Yeah.
So this game, me and Chris have run into this a couple times where this game pretty much speaks for itself. Tua has looked terrible or Tua-able. I tried to spin a phrase there. It didn't work.
Yeah,
anyway,
right.
Miami's looked horrible. And look, if you're hoping for an upset here in this game, if you're hoping for a miracle, keep hoping because it ain't gonna happen. I don't think much needs to be said, at least not from me anymore. Easy pick for me, Buffalo all the way.
Yeah, I'm with you. This should be an easy win for Buffalo, especially in Buffalo. Miami's this is gonna be a rough year for the Dolphins. I'm not feeling bad for them whatsoever.
No.
So, but yeah, Dolphin fans prepare for I think a really rough season this year. Probably gonna get new head coach next off season. You might get it before the end of the season, but I think it's gonna be an ugly season for them, and might see some trades by the trade deadline. You don't see a lot of trades in football, but you know what? The Dolphins, since they're going to start rebuilding, you might see that with that Tyreek Hill. If somebody wants him, I'm sure.
I'm
You know,
sure.
yeah,
I'm sure.
he'll possibly be on the road on the move. So
Yeah, I think Tyreek Hill is probably the last bargaining chip that the Dolphins have at this point. Most likely going to be trying to get some draft picks next year. And look, as we've said before, God bless him for wanting to stay in the league and continue to go out there on Sunday, Monday, or Thursday, or whenever he plays. But I really think wholeheartedly this should be the last season for Tua. I really do.
It might, because I'm telling you, if that offensive line does not protect him, we talk about injuries with Joe Burrow. I mean, this guy's next, right? We know he's one big hit away from something really bad happening. And I really hope not, because you really don't want to see anything bad happen to somebody. You know, that last major concussion, it should have been it for him, but he came back. You know, I respect him because he, you know, it's in you, right? He wants to compete. He wants to play, but yeah, I hope it doesn't end sadly for him, but we'll see.
I agree. All right. So, by the way, guys, this is the part of the show where we want you guys to get involved. So pick along with us, put them down in the comments. Let's move on, Chris. Next one, Green Bay versus the Cleveland Browns. Again, I think another easy pick here. Green Bay is looking amazing right now. They are an absolute juggernaut heading into week 3. And like I said, yeah, we get it. It's only the beginning of the season. It's only week 3, but I'm going to call it for what it is. This team looks good. They look damn good. Jordan Love looks good. Micah Parsons is fitting into this team seamlessly. I just got the first look at the Browns, being that I'm a Ravens fan. We just played them, kicked their freaking brown heinies. Joe Flacco. Okay, Joe. Joe. Look, again, he got the reception in Baltimore that we thought he was going to get. But other than that, that was probably the last feel-good moment for Joe Flacco. And you know what, Chris? I'm curious to find out, when do you think, is there a shot in football hell that Joe Flacco makes it the entire season?
I don't know. Because of an injury, or just because?
Just because I don't know about an injury, but maybe they're interested to try out their 2 young guys. Because they kept them. They kept them on the team.
Yeah, I could see that, right? Because Gabriel did come in, right, in Sunday's game.
Very end, yes.
And you know what? Cleveland's defense is really good. I mean, you've seen it. Like, they were shutting you guys down for the most part for at least the first half of the game. But eventually, you know, a defense gets worn down. If your offense doesn't do anything, you know, that means you're on the field more. You're going to get worn down. And the Ravens know how to wear a team down, right? They could run it down their throat. So I think eventually, I think they're going to use one of these young kids, because why not? Right. If Flacco's not doing the job after a couple of, I mean, it's already 2 weeks and they pulled him in this last game. So maybe we'll see that happen again week 3 if the Packers go up a lot, because the Browns have that good defense. So it's kind of like, if we could just score some points, you know, we could maybe win some games here, and maybe by the end of the year, maybe we're in a wild card hunt or something, you know. But I know that's far-fetched, but you never know. If you could string off a couple of wins, steal a couple of wins when you can, but and see if one of these young guys could play. So Gabriel's is the first guy off the bench. But yeah, I definitely think, you know, at some point, because you've seen Flacco, right? I mean, how's he going to do the rest of the season? Either he's going to get hurt, or he's just not going to be good enough, and they're going to have to go to someone else. So I agree.
So I think it's fair to say me and Chris are 2 for 2 now. We're both taking Green Bay.
Yeah.
Dad, good to see you out there. So Dad says Tua is Tua is 1 hit away from retirement. Bills run away with it. Yeah, I think so. 100%. Thanks, son. No worries. All good. Understandable. Glad to see you here.
Listen, Bruce, when you're ready to come on, just come on. You know, you got a open invitation to join us without a doubt. So
there it is. Cool.
There it is.
All right, Dad says Green Bay wins easily. All right, let's move on to the next one here. Indianapolis Colts versus the Tennessee Titans. Hey, look, you know what? I gotta be honest with you here. I think that there is a Cinderella story in the making with old Danny Dimes. You know what? Sorry, Dan. Sorry. Let me put some respect on this man's name.
Yeah.
I think there's a Cinderella story going on with one Mr. Daniel Jones. But you know what? Now this is going to sound contradictory, and it is. I'm sorry. I wondered if this could be the first upset game for the Colts. I wondered. Tennessee right now is currently sitting in 0-2, but I feel like their rookie QB has had some good flashes. He's had some good moments, and this would be a good test for them against a team right now who nobody thought would be 2-0. I think that the Cinderella story continues. I think Indianapolis picks up their third win, but I really think this is going to be a closer game than a lot of people are predicting.
That's a possibility. Yeah, I could see that. I definitely think Indy's going to win. You know, how big of a victory it's going to be, I don't know, but yeah, I would definitely go with the Colts. And you might be right. I just haven't seen Tennessee yet enough to really think that they could give them that kind of a game. But being at home, I think it's their home opener, so you never know. But yeah, I'm with you on Tennessee, on Indianapolis. I'm not going to touch Tennessee until we see them actually give us a good game to actually think, oh yeah, maybe they can win a game, you know?
Right. All right. So, Dad says, tough pick there. Jones is this year's version of Sam Darnold.
That's a good one. That's a good comparison because that could very well be.
I agree. Right? Yes. 100%.
There's always that one player that comes out of nowhere and you're like, oh, I didn't see that one coming, but yeah, he could be it. I'm sure Giant fans are saying that right now. I didn't see this coming, that he was going to do this good.
Right. All right, next one. Oh my gosh, with this one, man. The Minnesota Vikings versus Cincinnati Bengals. A battle of the backups. I struggled, and I'm still struggling. Look, there's time for me to go and switch my pick here before our picks get officially locked into our pick league here, Chris. But I struggled with this one simply because now I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I picked the Minnesota Vikings, but I picked the Minnesota Vikings purely because I don't think, in fact, I know that Jake Browning does not have the connection that Joe Burrow does with Jamar Chase. Those two on the field together are dangerous. Now you've taken, Joe Burrow is out again for 8 months going on here. 8 months, 3 months.
8 months. Well,
it's going to feel like 8 months.
Well, it is, because that's probably the next time you're going to see him play, right? He's going to play in 3 months. So you might be right.
Oh my God. Look, sorry, Joe. But anyway, look, I think you see me. Oh God,
you're gone for 8 months. This is just what you're thinking, what you want. See, you're like trying to put that in the universe. Like
I'm projecting.
8 months. 8 months. 8 months. Don't come back.
Don't just go away. Anyway, 8 months. Yeah, I know. He's gonna be gone for 3 months, which for the Bengals is gonna feel like 8 months. Okay.
Absolutely.
And like I said, I think the fact is that again, Jake does not have the connection that Joe has with Jamar, that Joe has with Higgins, and purely because I feel like that offense is just going to be rocked. They're going to be thrown off. I'm giving the slightest of slight edges to Minnesota here.
Yeah, I'm with you. Cincinnati's defense is still not good. Minnesota, I know they're going to lose. They lost their running back too for a while, but yeah, I still like Minnesota. It's going to be an ugly game, I think, because you got two backup quarterbacks going.
Yeah.
It's in Minnesota, so we'll give them the edge there. But we also wanted to say something too about Carson Wentz, right?
Oh yeah.
Let's just put this up just real quick. It's something we may not see again. That's why I think we should talk about it. Carson Wentz will start for his sixth team in 6 seasons, which is something no quarterback in NFL history has ever done. So this year it's Minnesota. Last year the Chiefs 1 game. 2023 Rams 1 game. Commanders in 2022. 2021 the Colts. And, of course, the team that drafted him, the Eagles, in 2020. So that's pretty amazing.
It's
right?
it's pretty something. And you know what? It's
or not pretty.
It's almost the reason that I almost went with the Bengals. I'm like, this guy has had to learn so many teams, so many team strategies, so many offensive playbooks. Like it feels like he can't settle anywhere. So, it's fair to say on both sides that the offense, you don't know if they're going to be clicking here now, especially with, again, he's backing up. He's coming in after JJ McCarthy, who had a pretty decent start. He had finished that comeback win for the Vikings' first win of the season.
Right.
And now you're totally you're just shifting everything, and everything's on Carson now. Oh man, like I said, this one was hard for me to pick. I'm not gonna lie.
It's still hard. I'll be honest. I might change my mind by Sunday. But yeah, for now I'll take Minnesota just because they're home, and they're always a good team at home. They lost last week to the Falcons, but yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna go with that.
All right, fair enough. All right, next up we got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New England Patriots. Yeah, it sucks when I'm put into this position, but I don't have a choice again, because I'm looking at the teams. I'm comparing the strength of teams here. Aaron Rodgers, like I said, I mean, he hasn't looked bad. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and say that he hasn't. And I think a team like New England, even though they're going to be in New England, I think a team like New England opens it up again for Aaron Rodgers to have a big game like he did against the Jets. I hate this. I gotta pick the Steelers, man.
I'm going to go the other way. I kind of like New England. I like what they did last week, winning the game at Miami. I like Drake May. He's going to get better and better, I think, throughout the season. And I don't know. I don't like Pittsburgh. Last week they lost at home to Seattle, and I think we've been talking about it. He's a guy that's probably not going to make it the whole season either. Just physically, I think, Aaron Rodgers, he's up there and he can't run away from people. These guys are going to get him. The younger guys are going to get him for sure. So, close game, but I'm going to say New England sneaks this one out.
It's like I said, I'm not just going to go based off of Rodgers here. Let me make that clear. But I think because of they still have that strength on defense. I still like that defense. I mean, I don't like them, but I like that defense. So that's another reason.
There you go.
Rabel is a Steeler hater, and we'll have New England pumped for this one.
There you go. I like that one too.
Well, I maybe. Now I'll get you. No,
No.
no.
Well,
No.
I could tell you what you could use it for if you want.
I mean, we have dogs.
Oh, there you go. See, so there's
Plenty of stuff to pick up out in the yard.
I know what I would use it for, but
fair enough. All right. Hey, let's go to our first big matchup of week 3 here. The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Los Angeles Rams.
yeah, this is going to be
a good game.
and I have a feeling we're going to see this again in January, this game.
Ooh.
We've seen it last year in January. I think we're going to see it again.
Talk about it. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think the Rams are just as good. They're up there, man. Are they better than Philly? I don't know if they're better than Philly, but they're right up there with them. This is definitely one of the best teams in the NFC for sure. We talked about Green Bay earlier. These guys are right there. I mean, as long as Stafford stays healthy, this is one of the best teams in the NFC. So, but going into Philly again, like they did in January, and they lost. Weather was different, right? They had the big snow in that game. But I just think Philly, man, the thing about Philly, they're 2-0, but have they been that impressive yet? Like their offense looks like it hasn't clicked yet. The defense is doing enough, but the offense, I just think they haven't even shown us their best yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
I gotta agree with you there.
Yeah. And I think they're just going to get better. As crazy as that sounds, I think they're just going to get better throughout the season. And I'm going to go with Philly in a close game.
Yeah, I picked Philly too, and I picked them because like Dad said, they're at home, they're back at home. I totally agree with you. I don't think Jalen Hurts has been that impressive yet. I don't at all. In fact, I don't think Saquon's been that impressive yet.
No, the offense, yeah.
But again, you're back at home. You're 2-0. That Philly crowd, man, is they're disruptive. They're disruptive. They are their own game wrecker, like for real. So any team going into Philadelphia, you want to talk about hostile territory. It's about as hostile as it gets. I agree with you. I think this is going to be a brawl. I think it's going to be a very close game, but again, I'm going with the Eagles.
Yeah. And just think about it. The Eagles have scored 44 points in 2 games. You guys just scored 41 in just this past week, right? And then 40 the week before. So
yeah.
That just shows you that this Eagle offense has not kicked in gear yet. We know that they can, right? I mean, Saquon got 2,000 yards last year. He probably won't get it this year unless he really starts. But he also chewed up the Rams last year. And the 2 times they played them, remember the one game they played, it was a Thursday night, I think, in LA. Yes. And I think he ran for like 250, 270 yards.
Yeah.
And then in the playoff game, he also went for like 200 yards. Right. So
I don't know. I'm interested.
I like Philly. I like Philly.
Yeah, me too.
Rams are good, man. Rams are a good team. Like I said, I think this is going to be another game. There's going to be another game in January with these guys. They're going to be in there.
Absolutely. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New York Jets. Man, I'm so sad to hear about Justin Fields. He's out for, due to a concussion right now. Probably, I don't know. Is he questionable or is he definitely out for this game?
I don't think he's definitely out, but they have been using Tyrod Taylor in practice as he is practicing as the starter. So we know how concussions are, right?
Okay. So I'll put it this way. If Tyrod Taylor goes into this game, you guys are 0-3. I think
we're 0-3 either way.
Mm. I want to see. I've said it since before we started. I want to see Justin do well. I really, really do. And I think this could have been the game for him. I think with him being able to face off against a team like Tampa Bay, again, I've always had respect for Baker. I think this would have been a great test for Justin Fields and the Jets. And I think they would have won this game if he would have been healthy, if he were healthy. But due to circumstances, like I said, if for whatever reason, if he can't play and Tyrod's your guy, I think it's an easy pick. I'm going Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it's an easy. I think it was going to be an easy pick with Tampa Bay, no matter who was quarterbacking. After last week, after this Sunday, about the showing they showed against Buffalo, man, that was embarrassing. That was just awful. You had guys kind of like not giving it full effort and just outcoached, outplayed, out everything you could possibly be outed in that game. You know what I mean? So I don't know where the Jets go from here. I really hope they bounce back. I don't think it's a victory, but if they could at least play a good game like they did in week 1 against Pittsburgh. Wow.
Ah, there it is.
Look at that. All right. You guys have more faith in the Jets than I do.
No, I really think this could have been the game. This could have been the one where Justin could have settled in. It's week 3. There's no excuses. You know this team by now. You've been with them long enough. You've had a couple games under your belt. This could have been the one.
Right.
I really believe that.
Okay. I don't believe that, but I'm sorry. But yeah,
okay.
Yeah, no, but either way, I'm going to go Tampa, easy victory here.
Okay.
Easy victory. Probably 2 scores at least.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Next up, we got the Washington Commanders versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Hey, Dad, I was super surprised with you picking the Raiders to beat the Chargers. What were we thinking there? I hope you comment on this one, man, because that surprised the hell out of me. But I don't know. Look, Geno did not look great versus the Chargers at all. He overthrowing guys, was not very super mobile. Offense couldn't really get going there. That Chargers defense looked amazing, by the way. Yeah, I just saw the comment coming in. I hope so.
I think he got to be. Yeah, I'm assuming he's not going to pick the Raiders this week.
I would hope not. but look, anyway, the Chargers defense looked amazing that game. And as I said before, I think the Chargers are going to be the team to watch out for this year. I really do.
Yep.
They look amazing, and we'll talk about them here soon. For this game, but I only lost 2 games. There you go. Nice.
That's it.
Good picking.
So that, yes, you had a good week.
Good picking. Now, we do know that Jaden Daniels is supposed to miss this game because of a knee injury, but I still think that the Commanders are a strong enough team to get this one done, especially at home behind that crowd. I think they're able to get this one.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Washington wins this one. The Raiders, it's not going to be good. I think they showed it during the game. Tom Brady was up in the I think it was the coach's box.
Oh yeah,
sitting right next to the offensive coordinator. So he's going to start pressing some buttons, right? I mean, as part owner and all that. So so this should be interesting. I don't know how. It'll be interesting how the rest of the season goes with him, if he's going to start getting more involved somehow with the game planning or something, right? Yeah. But I think Washington wins. Washington's backups, I just checked before. It's Marcus Mariota.
Okay.
So
yeah.
But again, this is another battle of not backups, but like you were saying about Geno, maybe this is it for Geno. You know, he's had his moments, and he'll probably have some good games this year. I'm not going to say he's going to be awful this year,
No,
but I'm going to say Washington's going to squeeze this one out.
Washington for the win. The Red Mandos.
Okay,
that's a new one.
There you go. I like that.
Yeah, but yeah, I think this one. I think they, at the very least, they squeak it out. So
yeah.
All right, let's move on here. Look, I would like to talk nice about this team at just once, but it's hard because year after year they just suck. Atlanta Falcons versus the Carolina Panthers. Took me no time at all to pick. I took Atlanta, Chris, but I'll let you, Chris.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. Carolina has not looked good these first two games. Last year, it seemed like they were starting to turn a little bit of a corner by the end of the season. They were playing better. Bryce Young was playing better, but so far we haven't seen that yet. I know they made the game close last week, but made me sweat a little bit because I had Arizona in my survivor pool game. But anyway, I like Atlanta this year, man. I think they're going to be pretty solid. I think they could get a wild card. I don't think they're going to win that division because Tampa's, I think, going to win that division.
Yeah,
but I think Atlanta might sneak into the playoffs this year as a wild card. But this should be a decently easy Atlanta win.
Okay. All right. Let's move on here. Jacksonville Jaguars, Houston Texans. Now look, Houston is 0-2 right now, right?
Yep.
You have to win this one. You have to win this one. You have got to give some confidence back to this team. We've been saying for a little while now that we think that Houston could definitely be one of those teams that is ready to win now. But it seems like it's really, really coming down to CJ Stroud. CJ has these amazing games, and then CJ has total fall apart performances. Like, you're not a rookie anymore, kid. You've been in the league long enough. You got to start being the franchise quarterback that Houston expects you to be. If you can't get it done against Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you guys start this season off 0-3, good luck the rest of the season is all I can say, because it's only going to get tougher down the stretch. I'm giving Houston their first win.
Yeah, I'm with you, but yeah, because if they lose, think about it. And if Indianapolis wins, they're going to be 3-0 and they're going to be 0-3 in the same division. They'll be 3 games back already after 3 weeks. I mean, that's as bad as a start as you could possibly have, right? The only thing is with the Texans, right? They're kind of in the same situation as Cincinnati, where their offensive line is pretty bad. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Stroud's got zero confidence because he's got nobody blocking for him. I mean, he was running for his life in that game last night. So, but like what you're saying, they have to win, right? So I think they're going to do whatever they can to win this game because you cannot go down 0-3. You go down 0-3. I know it's probably the weakest division in the entire league, the AFC South, but you still don't want to go down 0-3 when the team in first place is 3-0, right?
I mean,
right?
And no offense, especially when that team is the Colts. You know, again, with so much controversy behind the team this year, with all the crazy talk that was going on around Daniel Jones, and CJ Stroud is the more established QB. He's
right.
You want to talk about another guy who is the face of the franchise? It is CJ Stroud for the Houston Texans.
Right. Do your best to protect these guys. I don't get it.
Me neither.
And that's how you win football games, right? That's how you build your team. You build it from the lines out, from the line of scrimmage out, the offensive line and defensive line. If you could control the line of scrimmage when you're on offense or on defense, you win the game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's as simple as that. Why do you think think about it this way. Why do you think about the teams that have been in the Super Bowl the last few years, right? Eagles, right? What are they great at? Offensive line, defensive line. They got two of the best on both sides of the ball. Kansas City, same thing. They got good offensive line, good defensive line. It's not that hard, right? I mean, but why do these teams think they could get around it? You know, I got a young quarterback, he can move. No, you're going to get caught eventually, right? Or you're going to lose confidence.
It becomes a liability. Yeah, it's bad.
You know, it's going to happen. So, but yeah, I'm with you. I think Houston has to win, and they're going to do whatever they can to win this game, and I think they will win it.
Okay. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Denver Broncos. Man.
Another good one.
Oh, this is going to be a great game. I am so excited for this game. Like, I am really, really behind Jim Harbaugh on the Chargers. Like, no, everybody, not just because he's a Harbaugh, but because I love the way this team is playing right now. The offense, the defense, the special teams. I think if the Chargers want to make a statement on the year, this is the game. This is the game to make that statement against. You're going against one of the best defenses in the Denver Broncos. Again, we've talked about Bo Nix is no slouch. He's always dangerous. He's always a threat. But I'm telling you what, man, if the Chargers win this game, like I said, continue to put both eyes on the Chargers, because they're going to be the ones to watch. I'm going with the Chargers for this game. Yeah,
I think at home, Denver still hasn't played great yet. I know that, you know, they should have won last week actually against the Colts, but I think they on that last second field goal, they committed a penalty, and then they re-kicked it, and then it went, you know, then they kicked it good. But yeah, I don't think Denver's played that great yet. And the Chargers, like you said, man, and they're rolling right now too. They're already playing good.
Oh yeah.
So, and they're just like, when you're playing good this early, you know, you're just going to get better, right? As the season goes on. Sure. And the Chargers, we know, like Harbaugh's a winner. He's been a winner everywhere he's been. It's as simple as that. So, not that it's a surprise that the Chargers are doing this well, but yeah, they're definitely the team to beat. And with the Chiefs being 0-2 already, like the division is like it. Not that it's wrapped up, but it's looking more and more that the Chargers are going to take this division.
Yeah, very, very, very well. Good.
On the Chargers.
And you know what? And I can't say it just yet. It's too early, but there is something I would love to see. So remember this video, because depending on how these two teams do down the stretch, we could very well see a rematch. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that for now. You guys put the pieces together in your head. But
they definitely play one more time, for sure. They definitely play one more time for sure, these two teams.
Oh, yeah.
Denver and the Chargers, right? They're going to play in Denver. I don't know when, but it's definitely going to play in Denver. But yeah, I could see both of these teams being in the playoffs, and we might see, this might be Chargers, Ravens in the playoffs too, right? And you got Buffalo. You're starting to see early on, right? You're already seeing the cream rising to the top early.
All right. Well, Dad figured it out. Dad got me. So Jim can't beat John. So basically I'm caught. So basically what I was going to say is, if this team keeps doing well, if the Ravens live up to expectations, we could see another Brother Bowl. I wasn't going to say it yet.
Not a Super. It won't be a Super Bowl.
Right.
But it'll be in the play. It'll be a playoff game.
It'll be a playoff game. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I could see it.
Right.
Listen, right now, I mean, I think they're the two best teams in AFC.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to obviously put Buffalo in that mix too.
Yes.
So, but one of them is not going to make it to the championship game, right? So,
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I could definitely see, or Denver. Like, we're kind of not putting them to the side, but
no. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a very interesting year. That's all I can say. That's all I'm going to say. Is it? Yeah. All right, moving on here. Seattle Seahawks versus New Orleans Saints. Again, another easy pick. I'm going with Seattle.
Yeah. New Orleans is another team. There's a handful of teams this year that they're just going to be an ugly team. New Orleans got a decent defense, but by playing the Browns, like if you wear out a defense halfway through a game into the third quarter, if you're not doing anything on offense, the defense is going to start breaking. So yeah, Seattle should win this one. Pretty easy.
Agreed. 100%. All right. Next up, we got the Chicago Bears at home versus Dallas Cowboys.
I did that too when I was getting ready to pick it. I was like,
All right. So I'm curious. Who did you pick?
I took Dallas. I didn't want to, but I just don't feel comfortable with Chicago yet.
Yeah.
Maybe Caleb eventually figures it out, with Ben Johnson as his coach, and maybe this offense, because they got talent, man. I think the Bears got a lot of talent on that team, so they should be winning games. Dallas too. Dallas has some talent too, despite trading their best defensive player. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like Chicago. I don't like Dallas that much either. Still watching them play, but you know what? They found a way to win last week. Chicago finds a way to lose. They got creamed by Detroit last week. So I'm just going to say Dallas.
Yeah, I totally share the sentiment. I didn't want to pick Dallas at all. Can't stand them. Don't like them. Not a fan of Dak. But Dak versus Caleb, I think it would be foolish not to pick Dak, even though Chicago is at home here. It's like we've said, these first two games have not been impressive. It's like I said, I remember hearing before the start of the season about how the Bears got all this talent. Oh man, they were ready to, beat the Bears again. And, and it's like, okay, whatever that friggin' means. But yeah, I think the smart pick here is just to go with the team who has had impressive moments, who does have a win under their belt. I didn't want to take them either, but I'm taking Dallas.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's probably gonna be a close game, right? Another close game, but yeah, I'm gonna just say Dallas. No scientific method here. Just I don't know. I think Dallas is they just look more ready to win games more than Chicago right now. Chicago, for whatever reason, Caleb is, just not there yet.
Yeah.
So
I agree. All right. Next up, we got the dinged up San Francisco 49ers versus the 2-0 Arizona Cardinals. Again, this was another hard one. Look, with all the injuries, agree. Hate to pick them, but Dallas, yeah,
all of us.
Yeah.
All of it's the same thing. I don't want to pick these guys, but
the sentiment is shared.
Yes.
And hey, Tony, if you're out there, sorry, man, but anyway. So yeah, look, even with all the injuries, San Francisco is still managing to get wins. And like we said before we started, to me, that shows a team that is refusing to lay down and die. You've got a bunch of wide receivers out hurt, and most notably, like we said before, Kittle and Brock Purdy. But you're still winning. This team is still winning.
Right.
Man, you know what? I would love to see this team continue that grit, that fight, that won't, lay down attitude. And if they can do it, I mean, hey, that could spell danger for teams even in itself, because it's like, it doesn't matter who's coming off the bench. We're still going to beat you.
Yeah.
So if San Fran can take that mentality into this game, it could prove very, very good for them. So I'm going with the 49ers.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going back and forth on this too. But you know what? Mac Jones played really well this past week. I know it wasn't against a tough team. It was against the Saints, but he did have a really good game. So maybe this offense is catered for him. You know, McCaffrey's still there, right? He didn't even do that much last week. I think he only carried the ball like 13 times. So maybe they were kind of easing him back a little bit, and he'll be more involved this week. And if he is, yeah, I think San Fran, because Arizona is going to be a tough team this year, you know, but they're going to lose games as well. You know, Murray gets that. Wow. Okay.
Oh.
I was just going to say Murray's going to is going to cause some turn. I think he's going to turn the ball over a couple of times, but this ain't knocked out. Okay.
Ooh.
San Fran wins at home. Okay. Well, we're all in agreement on who's going to win, but how it gets done is a little different, but okay. San Fran wins.
I mean, yeah, we'll be, that would be some stuff.
Yeah.
Sheesh. All right. Well, yeah, we're all in agreement on that one. All right, man. Next game up. I don't even want to talk about it. Kansas City Chiefs versus the New York Giants. Look,
why is this on Sunday Night Football?
I don't know. I don't know why this is prime time. I don't like
the Chargers would have been a good pick. The Rams, Eagles, right?
Yeah, 100%. This does not deserve prime time slot at all. Look, we said it on the Four Downs episode. This is the first time since 2014 under head coach Andy Reid that the Kansas City Chiefs are 0-2. It's Patrick Mahomes versus freaking Russell Wilson here. You gotta think that Kansas City pulls it together for this one. Now look, this recent game here that the Giants just had with the Cowboys, okay, that was a good game. It was a good game. That was a good showing.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not facing Dak. You're facing Mahomes. And I man, listen to me, y'all. If Russell Wilson, if they find a way by some miracle to knock off KC, what do you do? What does the locker room look like after that game?
I don't know. I'm sure Kansas City was devastated after they lost this past week to Philly. You know, you lost to Philly again. Tough way to lose too. You know, Kelsey with that drop, you know, right by the end zone. Yeah, that was a tough loss for them, but I'm, you know, get their first win. Yeah, most likely paid for that game to have that slot. You know what? That's
she's got the money.
Yeah, right. That's for sure.
She's definitely got it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I can't see them being 0-3. I just can't see it. Like we were talking about before the show. The NFL does not want Kansas City to be 0-3, right?
No.
Right? Because we already heard, right? Like Taylor Swift might be doing the Super Bowl halftime show this year. Not that we want to see Kansas City there too, but
no.
Right. It just I can't see them being 0-3, especially against the Giants. So yeah, it's gotta be Kansas City. Has to.
I mean, look, either which way, even though look, previous comments aside, I'm gonna watch this game. Just because out of nothing else than pure curiosity.
Yeah.
So I'm going to watch, but I ain't going to like it.
And it'll be interesting how Kansas City kind of responds, right? Because they lost their first two games, close games too, right? They lost to the Chargers week 1. That was a close game. And then last week against Philly. So, yeah, I'm curious to see how they respond. So as much as I don't want them to be on prime time, I'm curious to watch. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to watch because, you know, if they lose, like if they do go down 0-3 this season, you know, this might be, is this the end of the Chiefs like run? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think it starts this week. Chiefs win.
Okay.
Let's say
All right. All right. And last but not least, a game that absolutely deserves the primetime spot. We got the Baltimore Ravens versus Detroit Lions. Now, if I'm being real here, we have to look back. And I don't want to look back, but we have to look back. We lost a heartbreaker week 1 to the Buffalo Bills, and a game that was all but signed, sealed, delivered, and sent, arrived at the doorstep. It was there. And then someone came and stole the package. Okay. Should have won that game. Didn't. Derrick Henry, costly fumble. Now, week 2, dominate the Browns. But we got off to a slow start on offense. Not good. Guess what else happened? Another costly fumble. It was recovered, but it was still by Derrick Henry. It's early in the season, but we don't need this man getting the yips. Knock that shit off. Start doing some ball drill. Look, you're putting out all these crazy ass, training videos and you running up hills with chains and all that stuff. Great. You're super strong. We get it. Now, super hold on to that damn ball.
Right, exactly.
Because you're going against the defense now that, like we said, and we've been saying, and people are going to get tired of hearing me say it. This Detroit defense last year was damn near unstoppable before they started getting hit with the injury bug. And a lot of these guys have been coming back. That's right, Dad. Humphrey dropped an easy pick too. Yeah, for sure. I mean, not only did he drop it, but he dropped a pick that ended up in a Cleveland touchdown. How the hell that happened? They're still trying to figure that one out. Look, there are some concerns here. There are some real concerns here, and this team was when we had Justin Tucker. Justin Tucker was the Lion Slayer. We owned the Lions with Justin Tucker. Justin Tucker's gone. Tyler Loop has had a great showing, but I don't want to win this game on field goals. And That's how we beat the Lions more than most of the time. No. It's time to be the Ravens. It's time to step that offense up and be that dominant offense. Derek, please, for the love of God, hold on to that ball. Lamar, stop dropping back fucking, I hate to use that word on here, but stop dropping back 15 and 20 yards for a freaking pass. We know you can get out of it. We know you can scramble like crazy, but go forward. Don't go back. And hey, another thing, what is going on with Mark Andrews? The couple times he's been involved, he's gotten short yardage or he's dropped the freaking ball. You got to start getting more guys than just Zay Flowers involved, because right now Zay and D Hop are your playmakers. And don't forget, as I said before, D Hop is supposed to be washed. Yeah, not so much, but still, you've got other weapons on that team. You've got to use them.
Right.
I think I've said too much. I'm going with Baltimore. What do you think, Chris?
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game for both teams, right? Because we just seen Detroit put up 52 against the Browns. You guys have been putting 40 points off, 40 points on back-to-back weeks.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I think easily it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I think the Ravens end up winning.
Oh, that's
Ravens
right.
beat
Yeah,
the Lions 38-6. When was that? Last year or the year before?
Yeah, it was last year.
Last year? Oh, early in the season, right?
Yes. Yeah, we did.
Okay.
I was talking. Yeah, Dad's right. I was talking about the two previous seasons that Justin, he kicked those two long field goals to win. 2023. Yes.
I hope he's watching emails. There you go. That's
He okay.
Okay.
uh, anyway,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm going to say high scoring game, like a 33-30 game or something like that.
Hmm.
Baltimore at home. I got to go with Baltimore playing at home in this game. But this also could be, if everybody stays healthy for Detroit this year, this could be possibly a Super Bowl preview. Is it too early to say that? I know you'd love to see it, but
I would, but yeah, I don't know. It's like I said, I've got some concerns right now. Like, look, again, Cleveland was able to do what most teams, if they are able to do, have a real legit shot at beating the Ravens. They stopped Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry did not have a great game. I think he had I had a stat somewhere. But I believe it was he only ran for like 23 or 24 yards. It wasn't very many. It was not good at all. And like I said, he had a costly fumble. If you have that same kind of showing against the Lions, it's a very different outcome. And I don't think you can tell me different.
yeah.
24 yards. Yeah. Okay. I was right. Exactly. Yeah. So Derek, you gotta be the king, man. You gotta have a better showing from the last 2 weeks.
But remember what I said earlier, I think before a couple of weeks ago, I said after 30 years old, that's usually when the running backs start to tail off.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying he is, but can you imagine if this is the year that he starts to go in decline, But I still think, dude, the guy is still a freak, right?
He's a monster,
still going to be fine. So I don't think the fumble stuff is going to go away. He'll be fine for the playoffs, and that's when you're going to need him more than any time, right? And hopefully they'll actually use him this time in the playoffs. But yeah, this is gonna be. I'm happy this game's on Monday night because this is definitely the game of the week. This or I would say the Rams Philly game is right up there, but this one, yeah, I love it, and I hate. Let's just make a quick comment. No more doubleheaders on Monday Night Football. Nobody on the East Coast is staying up after 10 o'clock to watch that second game.
Right.
So I'm sorry. Right. Everybody's got work the next day or whatever. No one's staying up till 1 o'clock in the morning to watch Raiders Chargers. You know what I mean?
Right.
So let's skip the doubleheaders for now on NFL. Let's stick it to Monday Night Football is one game. Sunday Night Football is one game. Right. That's what it's there for. It's there to be, a standalone game, big time matchup. And that's what we got. And it's going to be great. Hopefully the Manicast is back this week because I definitely want to hear them chatting about the game. So it should be fun.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I agree. Ravens do need to let Keaton Mitchell start getting a few snaps. But I mean, this guy is a guy who worked his tail off to come back to the team. He looked great in that first preseason game. Yeah, start using him. He was a weapon before he got hurt, and I think he's still a weapon now. You're again. I think the Ravens' real issue becomes when they start forgetting their identity. Again, like it's a very new thing for Baltimore to have actual weapons at the wide receiver position. It is not a new thing to have dangerous running backs.
Right.
Use your running backs.
Yeah.
Just don't forget about them.
And it just adds to that offense, man, because it's so good because they could beat you in every way you want to get beaten, right? There's great options at every like you said. Now you got wide receivers that could beat you. Your tight end, if Andrews could just wake up, right?
Wake up.
And then you got Likely coming back. And then you got the running back now, right? Yeah. So and then you got Lamar, who's this dual weapon on his own. So you don't even need running backs when you got this guy. So it's one of those offenses, man, that's you got to pick your poison and hope that poison doesn't kill you.
Yeah, for sure.
Simple.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to do us. Look, week 3, I think we can dub this, backup QB week?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting with all the injuries, with all the players out. There's some really, really good games to look forward to. I'm going to be paying attention to some of them very, very closely. So, guys, we hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, make sure to catch us Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Tuesday night. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Flight Club Football. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. If you do, it lets YouTube know that you want to see more of what you like. Yeah, let somebody know. Somebody's going to figure it out. Hold on a minute, too. I forgot all about this. Make sure you hit that like button. If you do, it lets YouTube know that you want to see more of what you like. Hit that sub button. And if you do, make sure to hit that post notification bell so that you never miss anything that Flight Club does. Now, y'all get out there and remember rule 1 of Flight Club. What is it, Chris?
Talk about Flight Club.
That's right. Talk about Flight Club. For Flight Club Football, I have been TBK, the Baltimore Kid, alongside Chris. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.